everyone, and welcome back to the channel. My name's Carrie, and this is Tank sitting over here behind me. And we are back home from the moose hunt. We are tired. We are happy. And I have a story to tell you. So if you're new, welcome, and welcome back if you've been with us before. I really appreciate everyone that's taken the time to watch. Before I get into the story of the moose hunt, I will say I did not take my phone out hardly at all during the moose hunt. I have been trying to get a moose permit entering the lottery for 20 years, maybe even a little longer than 20 years. And I finally got this permit, and I wanted to be 100% invested in this hunt, in this experience. So I'm sorry I don't have a whole lot of footage. But I do have a little bit for you, and I can definitely tell you the story, and I hope that is okay with everyone, and I hope that you guys understand. I couldn't keep my phone out. I wanted to be present and accounted for, and I didn't want to miss 1 second of it in real life. So anyway, that was my little thing. And also a disclaimer. Well, can you tell from my excitement I didn't even say it yet. I got a moose. But so yes, the tag has been filled, and we'll be canning some moose meat real soon. But one other disclaimer is some of the video that I did take is of the moose after I got it. So if you don't want to see that part, which I totally understand, you will, after we talk here, I'm going to put in the footage, some of the footage of where I hunted. I took a couple short videos of that, and then I took some videos of the moose, and there's a couple pictures of me with the moose after. So if you don't want to see the moose in that state, just fast forward through the end or stop watching after this. I'm still going to, talk again after and show Tank at the end, like always. But I just don't want anyone to see something that they don't want to see. I mean, it's not super graphic or anything like that, but you will see it, and it's not alive. So anyway, so all I can say is I had the best time. I had the most wonderful time. I ended up camping in the yard of my stepdad has a friend that has a camp over in the area that we were hunting, and so he had some extra area on his property. So that's where I camped, and that way I could be close to my mom and my stepdad, because my stepdad, I put him as the secondary person on my permit, and my mom, of course, watched Tank when I went out hunting every day, so I could bring him with me, because I can't go anywhere without Tank, but he can't come moose hunting either. So so about the middle of the day and every night, Tank was with me. He slept with me in the camper. He was happy. He loves my mom anyway. But so it was a easy place. They had an outhouse there, so that was nice. And it was, there was just me and my mom, my stepdad, and a couple people that came to help, in case we got the moose, to help get it out, because they're not little. So yeah. So I know I'm kind of rambling a little bit. I'm really tired, but I wanted to get this made so I could get it out to you guys, so you would know, because everybody knew I was going on this hunt. So, the hunt was from Monday to Saturday, and on the first day, Monday, we didn't see much all day, until like there was 2 minutes left, maybe 5 at the most of hunting time left, because you can hunt for 30 minutes after sunset, and then that's it. And it's pretty dark by that time. I don't think I'd be able to get anything that close to sunset anyway. But that first night I saw a cow and a calf. So of course I had a bull tag, and I wouldn't shoot a cow with a calf anyway. But it was cool just to see them. They weren't far off the road. We were actually driving back to camp, and we were going slow just to make sure we didn't hear or see anything. And you can see Tank's tired too. So the calf was just a little bit off in the ditch. In the bushes, you could see his shadow or her shadow. Couldn't tell if it was a male or female calf. And then the mom was probably like 20 feet to the right, eating some bushes. So it was pretty cool to see them up close. They weren't very far away at all. She huffed at us a couple times, and then they walked off. And then the funny part is, when we kept going down the road and around the corner, there they were. They came out into the road. So we got a pretty good view of them in the road. The calf wasn't very big, and the mom wasn't much bigger than the calf, so she couldn't have been she must have been a young cow, maybe like a year, a couple years old. But so I thought that was exciting, for the first day. At least we saw some type of moose. And we did see moose sign and bedding and some scat, that stuff. But that was the only moose that we saw. And then Tuesday, out all day, up at like 4:30 in the morning, not back until, 8 or 9 at night, and we didn't see anything. And then on Wednesday, all morning, didn't see anything. We still having fun, still having some great places to look and hunt. And we decided to take a ride to a different area Wednesday afternoon. And it was probably about 4:30. We were trying to figure out, because we were probably about 40 minutes away from where we were camping. And I think on Wednesday, we could hunt until 6:20 or 6:15, something like that. So it was about 4:30, and we decided, since we still had some time, to go down a road that I had never been down before. Some of these areas that I was hunting, I had been before, but this particular road I had never been down before. And I said, let's go down, see what happens. So no more than about half a mile, 3/4 mile down that road, I was in the passenger seat, and on my side there was a thin tree line and then like a swamp bog, and I saw the moose down there. And I said to my stepdad, "Moose." And he said to me, "That's a cow." And I said, "No, it has horns." And so he backed up a little bit, and he's like, "You're right, it has horns." They weren't huge horns, but I didn't care, because I just wanted to fill my tag. I wasn't going for like a trophy, And so we both jumped out of the car. It was my stepdad made some calls at him real quick. We were trying to make sure he didn't run. We didn't slam the doors or anything. We got everything loaded up. And we had to aim at him through these trees. It wasn't easy, but we got him. And he went down right where he was standing. He didn't run. He didn't go. But he was in a bog. So we waited, 5 minutes or so just to make sure I don't know exactly how long it was. It was all so exciting. It was felt like it happened in a second, But we waited to make sure he wasn't getting back up, because we want to be safe, And but we also wanted to make sure that he was, really dispatched. We didn't want him to suffer, So we got down there, and yeah, it was done. So then we had, where we were, there was zero cell service. Couldn't even get nothing. So, and we needed, we needed a trailer, we needed rope, we needed some more help, because, my stepdad and I could get it out, but it would be a lot easier with help. So, I had to stay with the moose, obviously, because you can't leave it. Once you get it, you have to stay with it until you get it onto the trailer or truck or whatever you're using to move it back to where you're at. And this was right at 5 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock, right around there. So it was going to be dark in another hour and 20 minutes or so. So I stayed there on the side of the road, because we walked back out of the bog once we walked in, because we knew he wasn't going anywhere. So my stepdad went down the road to go get some service. He had to go about 4 miles, and he finally got some service, and he called a couple of the friends that we had in the area to help us. And they came back, and one of them was actually not too far from us bird hunting. So he came, checked it out, was all excited, just like us. And he went back to the camp to get all the stuff. We needed the trailer, the rope, the chainsaw. I'm trying to think whatever else we needed. And so my stepdad and I waited there. And then he came back, and another friend of ours came. So we had 3 guys, including my stepdad, me, and my mom and Tank came just to watch. And so what we ended up having to do is tie the rope around. I think he was probably like 100 yards out in the bog. It wasn't super far. And so we tied the rope around the antlers of the moose, and then we ran the rope out to the side of the road. I parked my van, right alongside the road. We wrapped the rope around my hitch ball, and then we wrapped the rope around my stepdad's truck hitch, and that way the rope being on my van kept the moose coming the correct way, and then my stepdad used his truck to pull it. So, and one of the friends was out there holding, like, trying to keep it from, digging down into the bog while we were pulling it out. And we got it up to the ditch and took care of everything. And then I unhooked the van, and then our other friend had a truck with a big trailer, and we used the truck to pull the moose up out of the trailer. And by this time, it was probably 10 o'clock at night, so I couldn't go tag it. Everything was closed. So we took it back to where we were camping, hung it up, washed it out, and just, let it hang for the night. And then we put it back in the trailer the next morning and took it to the weigh station and the tagging station, which was super excited. I was so happy just to have it. And Tank growled at it at first. I think he thought it was still alive, even though it wasn't. It was hilarious. You'll see in the picture of me with the moose, Tank would not turn around for the picture. He just wanted to stare at the moose. He would not take his eyes off that moose. It was hilarious. So we got to the weigh station. We got all the paperwork filled out, and we get it on the thing. And I knew it wasn't like a 900-pound moose. I thought it was probably, it was a good medium-sized moose. Probably, we're guessing about 3 years old. And it weighed 470 pounds dressed, which is great. So I got the moose, 470 pounds, and that's, dressed, like I said. And, yeah, it was like a perfect size. It was great. I'm just so excited. I'm so excited to share with you guys. So I'm going to be canning a lot of moose meat. I'm not obviously taking the whole moose. There was a lot of people that helped, and my stepdad, so I'm going to be sharing a lot of it too. And me and my dad can't eat, because probably out of that moose, we'll probably get about 225 or so pounds of meat. And that would be a lot of meat to can. And I don't want to waste some of the good steaks and stuff canning it. So I'm going to obviously share. So my thoughts are, I think I'll be good if I can can about 50 to 75 pounds. And then I'll share the rest, or my mom will keep some in her freezer too. And that way, we can always have access to it later. But yeah, so it's just so exciting. So that's basically it. So, I got a moose. I'm super happy. And, that's all we could ask for. So what I will do is I will share the teeny bit of video I have of some of the places I was at hunting. And I'll show the picture of the little video of right when we got the moose. And like I said, it's going to show the moose down. I'm going to show the moose hanging in a couple of the pictures. And I'm going to show the moose at the weigh station. So if you don't want to watch that part, if you don't want to see the moose in that state, just make sure you skip that part. And, yeah, and I'll be back after.
The morning breaks with the crimson hue. The woods come alive with the dawn's debut. Boots on the ground and I'm feeling alive. The thrill of the chase, it's where I thrive. It's hunting season, let's take the race through the hills and across the plains. No time to waste, the wild calls loud. It's freedom found away from the crowd. The trees, they whisper secrets untold. The earth beneath feels ancient and bold. I breathe it in, the crisp cold air, the rush of life, it's everywhere. It's hunting season, let's take the reins through the hills and across the plains. No time to waste, the wild calls loud, it's freedom found away from the crowd. We track the trails, we own the land, the bow in my grip, steady in, stories to tell by the firelight, under the stars.
We just got a moose. We just got one. It's down here. I'm waiting for my stepdad to come back because we got to get some help to get it out of the bog. So it's so exciting. So exciting. He's down in there. We're on this road here. But he's right down in there. Not that far. I'll try to show it a little bit more, but it's hard because this is where a lot of the work comes in. But we got a moose. I hope you enjoyed the little teeny bit of footage I had and the pictures of the moose. I'm just so happy and so excited. My biggest thing was I just wanted to fill that tag. I've been waiting so long for my name to get, get pulled in that lottery drawing for a moose permit. I just really wanted one so bad, and I'm so blessed and so happy to have got one. It'll really help me out. It'll help my family out. We're gonna have a lot of good eating. A lot of good eating. A lot of meat that we won't have to buy. So that is wonderful. So yeah. So I'm really tired, so I'm going to keep the video kind of short today, guys. I was so excited I had to share with everyone that we got the moose. Got a moose. So yeah, please comment. Like always, I love hearing from you guys. Sorry I've been missing for a week or so when I was out on the hunt. Yeah, I as you can tell from my face, I'm just a happy person. And Tank's just a tired person. Well, I call him a person. He's a dog. But as you tell, I call him a person. But so yeah, no, thanks as always for watching. I'll definitely be posting again soon. I got a lot to do. I got a lot to clean up. I got a lot to can. I'm happy about it. I don't mind work. And it's going to be so good. So I'll let you see Tank. I think he's sleeping, but I'll let him say his goodbyes as usual. And as always, have a wonderful week. Live every day to the fullest. Respect nature. And I'll see you in the next video. Tank, are you sleeping? You want to say bye to everyone? Say thanks for watching. And say you kept an eye on that moose, didn't you? He is wore out from camping and hunting. Thanks for watching, guys.